Right, good morning. I thought I'd come from just doing a morning card spread. I know you probably can't see properly because of the lights, but I just thought I'd come and show you, as that's what I'm doing this morning before I get up. So, just quickly, because funnily enough, what we were talking about last night, people coming in and saying certain things, and I was talking about the throat chakra. So these have come up. I know they're probably a bit out of focus, but I will show you. So I pulled a card out of the Goddess deck, which is Diana. Like I said, I know this looks a bit out of focus because of the lighting, but basically it's saying focused intentions. We were talking about focused intentions last night. And it is to do with what you put your focus on. It says, keep your unwavering, hi John Binney, your unwavering thoughts, feelings and actions focused on your target and you will make your mark. Well, that's what I was saying last night about I don't waver in the stance that I'm in at the minute, let's say, with certain things going on. I know there's more things going on than that, but I don't waver because I believe personally in timelines. You don't doubt the timeline you're on. That's how you manifest. You don't bring other things into it where it's going to cut the manifestation off of that timeline. You just move forward knowing that's already happened, as I was saying last night to everybody. So to get Diana, and like I said, I'm sorry about the focus at the minute, but it's just because of the lighting in here, but you can listen to the message. So, definitely you've got a lovely lilac-y colour going on there. As I would say again, focus, eye chakra, all that coming in. Hi Effie, it's just a quick one. Just thought I'd show you before I get out of bed. And then we've got the prison waif. Well, this would make more sense because self-sabotage and poverty consciousness, hi Reese, is what a lot of people are doing. When they're not holding on to the focus of what we're bringing in, they sort of go into self-sabotage mode again. Like I said, like this one says, don't waver. Otherwise, it can take you down to a dark place again. There are a lot of people feeling like this, still lost. Poverty consciousness, it's your thoughts that change things, so you don't have to be in poverty consciousness. But if you are, hold again, this one, I will read out again. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. And then the next one is, funnily enough, the eyes of beauty, positive expectations and clarity. That's why you've got to hold it. Like I said, I'm just going through these quickly. Oh, thanks, Effie. We had the whole discussion about Supreme Court last night. That's not what's going on. Yes, they're chucking it out, but that's not the High Supreme Court. There's quite a few of them. They're chucking it out. They'll contest it. It'll get chucked back up to, the highest Supreme Court, which we all know that's where Kavanaugh is. Interesting. That's why I say, I'm being patient. I don't need to look at that. I don't need people coming in talking about MSM because we all should know what's going on with the MSM. It's nothing new. We're just like being aware of what they're doing, but we're not actually regurgitating what they're saying all the time because it's not what's going on. Hi, Kelly. And then the next one, hi, Alchemy of Life, is the Rainbow Prince, which says compensation and perseverance. Well, when you do persevere with your truth, I'd say, all that compensation comes in, and it will do. Patience is a virtue. I know it seems like forever, but what is time? Because I think it's going pretty quick from when we first started, especially with the whole Q thing that does tie into everything else. So hold on, people. We are winning. Don't go into poverty. I wouldn't even say self-sabotage and victim mode and this, that, and the other, victim mode all the time, getting hurt by the ego because the ego's hurt because someone said something. It's like, no. And then, I pulled out these crystal cards. These were calling me today, and I'll just go through what these are, which did make me laugh because we've got turquoise, which represents my nana a lot. People trying to tell me about my nana. I always know my nana's been around, obviously. Apache tears. Well, that just made me think of the Hopi and different hang on a minute, different things going on with the prophecies, but also it's about letting go, because it says Apache tears. Tears is about letting go, letting it flow. Letting go of grief, recovering from the past, releasing pain so old wounds heal. I mean, what do I go on about every day? Releasing and letting go, releasing and letting go. The most important thing now is for us to heal, not regurgitating what the news says. Getting away from that old structure. As I was saying yesterday, we are putting our new foundations down. Before we came, I'll just say what the book says. I've not had these out for a while, but it is beautiful. If I can hold it. It says, before we came to this planet, our souls agreed to experience both love and loss in this lifetime, along the pleasures and pains of being in our bodies, so that we might experience a sense of purpose and fulfillment and find our destiny. There is a great beauty in being broken up, for a heart that has fully expanded with grief is the one that truly understands the rejection is God's projection. Faith in something better coming our way will set the wheels in motion for attracting, there's that word again, that which we most deserve, as I've just said with this one up here. Often we simply cannot recognise that there is a far better plan at work than our own. Exactly. The message of the Apache Tears spirit is not to fear, as I was saying, or repress your emotions. Release them through your body so you can prepare yourself to heal from the heartbreak and receive all that the conscious universe has in store for your pleasures and happiness, which is what I was talking about today. And then we've got the I can't even say that one, you know what I'm like, but you can see it there. So this one is all about, and it's number 16, which is as well, speaking your truth, heartfelt communication, right speech. Well, wasn't that what I was talking about yesterday? And blue, that colour blue, is the throat chakra, speaking your truth. So it's no surprise it's popped up this morning. People say, oh, you've changed, Ellie, you've changed. No, I haven't changed, I'm speaking the truth. When you speak your truth, you are being true to your soul's desire to participate. And remember, I talked about soul retrieval last night. Participate in the co-creation of a better world and a better life for you. Exactly. This spirit's message for clear, authentic speech that arises from your heart is this: the force of the conscious universe. Love is here, and you will today, as you choose to speak up and speak out, for you can be clear channel for what needs to be said. Thank you. Thank you, John. Voice maybe needed to hear this message. It's very important for you are a unique being with your own calling and destiny, and the conscious universe express truth through you. Practice choosing your words consciously as your voice is practice choosing your words consciously as you voice a different truth or speak up on behalf of someone who has felt powerless for too long. Be sure that because of your commitment to heartfelt communication, your voice will ring out, cutting through the noise today. As I was trying to cut through the noise yesterday of saying, let's not talk about MSM because we know what's going on there. And then turquoise is one of my favourites because it links me to my nana, who, I won't say funnily enough, but passed away in 2017, and that was the whole start of something there. So this one is storytelling, reframing a different way of perceiving. That's how stories were put out. That's how why many myths and all that. Same sort of thing going on, what's going on in the world today, but back then a few things changed in it, but basically the same story of the hero's journey. So each of us can experience the same event differently because all of us are coming from different vantage points. Different vantage points. Know too that as you change, so will your perspective. And the message Turquoise Spirit has for you is that you can change your story of what happened in the past at any time. And you can release that and let it go. You can change it so it doesn't affect you anymore. Because like I said, your past does not define who you are now. You can choose which details to focus on and how to interpret events For you are being encouraged to claim your power as a storyteller. Make no mistake, storytelling is an awesome power, for no one can take your truth away from you. And I was talking about that yesterday. You discover that it has more angles than you realise. Just as a crystal turned over in your hand has more facets than apparent at first glance. Well, I talked about facets. I said that about the other day. I did actually put a picture up of myself dressed in more 1950s stuff on my community page last night, showing you one of my other faces of things I've enjoyed, which is when I was, doesn't mean I'm not still into it. I do love the 1950s look, so I have talked about that, as most of you will know, who come in a lot anyway. That story, what story will you tell? Will it be one that is heroic and empowering, worthy of your hand and work and efforts to heal what is wounded within you? Rest assured that you can be honest about all that you have experienced and done, because remember, it is about experience. That's what I was talking about last night as well. Yet still write a story that will help you feel that you are strong, wise and supported by the conscious universe. The truth we all share is complicated, and the way you tell your truth is up to you. So Turquoise Spirit encourages you to write your story well, in a way that honours, empowers and heals you, and gives you the strength, even if others may not seem to accept your truth. Tell it anyway, for doing so is a healing act. And it is. And that's why I tell my story. Not the stories people try and tell on other people, because that is just ridiculous. We're talking about your journey on your path, as it seems so similar with others. Obviously, of course it does. But we do come from different vantage points. But basically, yeah, it is all about focus. Throat now, trying to speak, throat chakra. Like I've said before, timelines, manifestation, you know it's already here, it's already happened. So starting talking from fear and stuff like that, fear is fear-based when you start talking about the mainstream media stuff, because that's their mainstream that they try to put out. And something else came in about that. Oh yeah, saying to people that you've got an entity attached. Think of it like this: if you're feeding too much, and if you keep feeding into that entity that tries to channel to you through the news channels, you are having entities attached, because that entity of the news holds a frequency. That's why people go in a lot of fear and a lot of anger and get down when they keep feeding the self into the news. I wish people would understand what I'm trying to say to them sometimes. But like I said, when you're doing a live chat and you come in, if you've got a YouTube channel, it's quite nerve-wracking to have your own channel and talk. But when you're going live and people are coming in and disrupting chat, and I do get distracted by that sometimes. That's the thing I've got to learn, to just let that go. That's another thing for me. And it can look so different when someone's writing something than a face-to-face contact of communicating. So, I can get triggered sometimes. People get the wrong end of the stick. But at the end of the day, I was trying to tell someone yesterday, entities attached. Well, the news machine, that beast machine is an entity. So you need to stop feeding into it. And that's all I'm saying. So that was the message this morning from the Goddess Guidance Oracle. That was the main question I was looking at. But all this is what I talked about yesterday. All this, especially with the, letting go. That's why it's called Apache Tears. You're allowed to cry and get upset about things. You don't stay in your emotions. Don't act like a victim. You can change your perspective and thoughts on anything you want to. Positive expectations with clarity. That's why she's not got the veil over her eyes. She can clearly see. And you will reap, compensation, perseverance. Do you really not think, people out there, that Trump is going to get his compensation and his perseverance, and all the patriots out there are also going to receive that? Patience as a virtue. People want things so fast today. It's like, what is time? It's speeding up so much. This is why I'm saying to people, chill out. Stop looking at mainstream. That's not what I talk about on my channel. I'm trying to bring positive messages in the way that I do it. Everyone's doing it in many different ways. Like I said, if you feel like you're getting attacked because you're bringing mainstream media up, it's not like I've told people I'm not interested in mainstream media. So if you're going to come in spouting about mainstream media, If you know me, you know I'm going to say something because I like to speak. But you know, if you want to go and keep shouting out about MSM, go somewhere else on a channel that talk about that. Because to me, it's only dragging your energy down anyway to be repeating and repeating what they're saying. If you're aware of what's going on, that's how it should be, because we're just observing at the minute. And, you know, like I said, we're not even at the last hour yet. The last hour of this world game. We're not there yet. Wait until the final hour. Do you know what I mean? I know. Oh, I can't get it out. I know a lot of you understand what I'm saying, understand what I'm saying. So that's just what I wanted to bring today before I start my day. And this was that lovely little desk that I got. So yeah. So thanks all for coming in, John, Effie, Kelly, Alchemy of Life, Reese, anyone else who might be listening. At the end of the day, but I just think people get the wrong end of the stick with me sometimes because they get offended with actually not actually listening. And sometimes people come in halfway through a video and they've not listened to what we're saying at the beginning. So please start releasing and letting go. Speak the truth and, you know, have a knowing, you know, compensation, perseverance. You know, I know it's frustrating for some people when they're all like, oh, we've been waiting for ages. Well, we don't get to the end of a film and just cut the ending off, do we? Normally the ending's quite good, so can we just keep our eyes open and just be aware of things? I'd rather see the end game, the ending of the movie. Some people just want to cut it off now, you know what I mean? It's a movie being played out for the sleeping. We're observing it from a different angle, and it's quite a beautiful thing. So people stop freaking out, and I will see you very soon. Bye.